and welcome to a Midsummer Most Haunted Live. Now, the next 3 nights are a taster for what's coming up on Tuesday, 9 o'clock on Living TV. Most Haunted celebrated its 100th investigation, and we decided to go right back to the beginning, to Michelin Priory. All I can say is tune in, 9 o'clock on Tuesday, but do not watch it on your own. But now it's back to Most Haunted Live. We are here for 3 nights in Wales, in the county of Carmarthenshire and the town of Llanelli. Now it's steeped in history, myths, mysteries and legends, and apparently a plethora of paranormal activity. So there's an awful lot to cram in over the next 3 nights. Now, before we get on with the investigation, it's time to introduce you to our investigation team. First off, I'd like you to give a very, very warm welcome to who I consider, and the rest of the team, probably one of the best mediums in the world. It is, of course, Mr. David Wells. To the next 3 nights. How are you feeling?
I feel okay at the moment, but I'm really looking forward to a new moon. We're on a new moon, so
that's good.
Great things.
All right, lots of things to look forward to. Well, let's crack on and introduce the rest of the investigation team. Okay, here they are. Please give a really big, warm round of applause to Carl Beattie, Kieran O'Keefe, Richard Felix, Sally Matthews, Kath Howe, Stuart Torrell, Ian and John Gilbert. Come on in, guys. Don't they make a lovely bunch? Aren't you gorgeous? Now, Carl, straight away, on the last live in Portsmouth, we put you 6 feet under in a huge coffin. How are you going to top that in Wales?
We have an experiment that is based on sensory deprivation. There's a bit of time slip there. It's very scary. I am more scared of this than I was about being buried, which you seem to enjoy, as I recall.
Yeah, well, say no more on that one. Now, of course, you didn't go on your own. You went with a lovely, lovely gentleman who's joining you and doing this experiment with you as well. So please give him a very warm welcome. He's our guest medium, the Ian Chateau.
I think I am,
you
yes.
You are bonkers. Not only to have him to do this experiment, I know what it is, but you have to spend time yet again alone with Mr. Beattie.
I tend to agree with you, actually. I'm a bit nervous of this one as well.
I think we're starting to get a very special relationship.
Say no more, I think we'll stop there. Now, of course, on Most Haunted, we get an awful lot of historical facts that come through our medium. So, of course, we need someone to verify all this information. And who better than the lovely historian and scholar? It's Leslie Smith, ladies and gentlemen. For you at home, we're waiting for your telephone calls, your fax, your texts, your emails, absolutely everything. Please, please ring in. We have a wonderful interactive team, and it's headed by the very sexy, gorgeous Julian Clegg. Oh. Live from Portsmouth, we had a brand new host. He was absolutely fantastic. Everybody welcomed him. He's become a very important part of our family here. Please, will you welcome the host for the next 3 nights? It's the fabulous Mr. Paul Ross.
The gang's all here. You're going to have a wild weekend and a manic and very scary Monday, but the clock is ticking. Of course, we're near the solstice, but it's still a bit light outside, even so we want to get you over to the location to start the vigil investigation. Yvette Fielding and the gang, they're heading off there right now. Good luck. Now, it isn't quite dark yet. As Dylan Thomas wrote, though, when night falls on Wales, it's starless and Bible black. And you might be wondering why we've chosen to return to Wales, why Carmarthenshire in general, and why Llanelli in particular. If you want to know why, here's why. Take a look.
Carmarthenshire is a beautiful county set in southwest Wales, with a scenic coastline, unspoilt beaches, rugged landscapes, ancient castles, rolling hills and picturesque villages. The market town of Llanelli is at its heart and is the essence of Wales, with its warm welcome and friendly faces. But beneath the pleasing facade lurks the menace of unwanted paranormal activity. Stories of ancient conflicts which have left unwelcome spectres of the past to walk unhindered. Tales of shameful dishonour and untimely death that bring uninvited phantoms to invade the hours of darkness that frighten and disturb the living. What will the next 3 nights reveal as we attempt to draw these terrors into the light?
So plenty of challenges ahead in an area steeped in history. To find out more, let's talk to the show's resident historian, Leslie Smith. Now, Leslie, without giving too much away about tonight's location before the team arrive, what kind of things would you expect to hear about tonight?
This is a site where there's been more personal tragedy, both in terms of death or financial ruin, than almost anywhere else I've ever investigated, both historically or indeed looking at ghosts. So we're expecting a lot of action. There's also a large number of names, family names, very many more than usual. We've got the death of children and of servants, and we have a history going back a very long way.
How long does it go back? When do the records of this site begin? The
records start with an ancient hill fort. I hope I'm not giving too much away. And then it feeds on up into more modern times. But it depends what you mean by modern. The castle area, it isn't a castle as such, the hill fort area that we're going to goes back 1,500 years.
Okay, so lots to work on, lots of historical resonance. Good luck with that tonight. Leslie Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now of course we are having a midsummer weekend here at Most Haunted Live. It's around the time of the solstice. How important is that in psychic terms, Ian? Is there a greater kind of concentration, a greater focus of psychic activity around June the 21st?
I think it's 50-50, to be honest with you. I think a lot of it's sort of more urban myths and a lot of sort of the whole pagan side of it, but I think it's 50-50.
Kieran, in your research as an academic, is this something that does have any basis in reality? Have you got any question marks in your mind?
The difficulty is, I mean, Ian's saying 50-50. For me, I deal in hard facts, and we're dealing with something that's based on an ancient culture, worshipping the sun. There isn't a lot of science that shows there's this psychic energy around this time. So I'm waiting to be convinced.
This focus on June the 21st has survived for almost as long as humanity's been here. There must be something to it.
Yeah, but it's the same as any urban legend. It's the same as any kind of ancient historical culture. You know, it's lived through the ages, but what I'm talking about is science. That's why I'm here. There aren't really any hard facts to show that psychic energy is great, you know, at this time of year.
Okay, you've heard from Kieran and Ian, of course, and we want to hear from you. This is your show, Most Haunted Live, and you can contact us in all manner of ways. To tell you more, here's our king of interaction, Julian Clegg. Julian.
Thank you very much, Paul. Welcome back, and Most Haunted Live wouldn't be Most Haunted Live without you at home interacting with us. Absolutely brilliant. Now, as ever, we have our webcams, and we've also got a brand new way for you to get in touch with the show tonight, which we're very excited about. We launched it on Access All Areas at 8 o'clock over on Living TV 2, and it's already rocking and rolling, so I'll tell you about that in just a moment. But first of all, let's look at the webcams. They're available, of course, on our website, livingtv.co.uk, and they're at Park Howard, of course. Webcam 1 is in the entrance hall, so let's have a look at it there. The team just getting ready and preparing as we look. Webcam 2 is in the gallery on the first floor. Now, they're not about to have a party there. Those balloons are there for a reason. We've sent them up as a sort of movement experiment. I want you to keep an eye on those balloons and let me know if you see anything unusual that happens to them. Webcam 3 is in the cellar, so there it is. Webcam 3, let me know what you spot on that one. And webcam 4 is in the tower. If you see anything unusual, let me know. Now, obviously, you can see those on our website, but I also want to hear from you on our new message boards. This is a great idea. Instead of going online onto a chat room, you can sit on the sofa with your mobile phone, go onto a chat room on your mobile and watch the show at the same time. And there are 7 different message boards for you to get involved in. Let's have a look at which ones they are. First of all, chat room 1 is called Talk to Julian. So talk to me about the show, things you want to know about. I'm going to be joining Interactive through the programme and giving you feedback right over the weekend. So that's chat room 1. Chat room 2, 3, 4 and 5 are the webcams I've just mentioned. So if you've got anything to say about the webcams, get involved and interact with other viewers at the same time. This is going to be brilliant. Chat room 6 is about the vigil. So if you want to talk to other viewers via mobile on the chat room about the vigil tonight, that's where you go for that one. And chat room 7 is off topic. Anything else you want to talk about on the programme, you go to the off topic chat room, okay? Now this is how you get in touch. You text haunted to 88600 to register, and then basically you register, we get back to you, and then it's 5p per minute to access that. So it's as simple as that, and let's have some fun this evening and some really good interaction from you on that one. Full terms and conditions on our website, livingtv.co.uk. Now, tonight's competition, absolutely great this. I've got a 32-inch LCD TV to give away tonight and a 5-speaker sound system to go with it as well. What a great prize that is, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. Brilliant. Now, if you'd like to win that, or just be a runner-up, because you might be a runner-up as well. I've got 10 DVDs of Most Haunted Top 50 Moments, which is just out as well. Here's tonight's question. Where was the last Most Haunted Live held? Was it A, Portsmouth, B, Dublin, or C, London? Now, if you know, we've got a brand new number for you tonight to ring. Here's the number, 0900 021 0000, okay? Or if you're a digital satellite viewer, press your red button right now on your remote control. Entries cost £1. Mobile rates may vary, and you must be over 18 to enter. Please remember to leave your name. The lines close at midnight and we'll announce the winner on your say after midnight. So good luck winning the LCD TV. Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. Some great prizes, and we hope some great secrets to unfold as we delve and probe and prod into Carmarthenshire's shadowy past. More of that after this. Welcome back to Midsummer Most Haunted Live, where for the next 3 evenings we're going to be spending time in and around Llanelli, prodding and probing what the southwest coast has to offer along the lines of the paranormal and the unexplained. And we're taking this opportunity on Monday night to take part in a remarkable experiment. It will involve Ian Shillitoe and Carl Beattie, both of whom you might remember were buried alive in a moat in a castle near Southsea down the south coast. This time it's something even more extreme. It's an experiment that's going to work, we hope and pray, on a number of levels. They're going to be in a dungeon, which used to be known as an oubliette, from the French oublier, to forget, where people were left condemned to die a living death. They're then going to be shackled and placed inside an iron mask, which will almost completely deprive them of the normal sensory input. In this way, we're hoping a few things might happen. One is that they might just be able to filter out outside distractions. The other side is they might be able to empathise, particularly Ian, our highly trained and qualified medium, with the experience of people who went through that for real in the past. They might be able to put themselves in the place of the people who suffered that hideous torture. And finally, just maybe, we may encounter some psychic time slip. They may feel themselves, or certainly Ian might, going back in time to share the experiences, the suffering, and maybe the ultimate release, the death of people suffered in that dungeon. This is a TV first. Please, I'm not saying this to raise a smile. Do not try anything approaching this at home. We have carefully monitored their health and the safety requirements. It's going to be a carefully monitored experiment that's happening Monday night on Most Haunted Live at 9 o'clock. Do make sure you are there watching this. And let's find out now what Ian thinks about this, because you actually, in a bizarre way, in the interests of research, you kind of enjoyed being buried alive. This is up in the game a bit. This is making it one more notch riskier, surely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I mean, it's like I say, it's just another step up for me to actually go in there. I'm nervous, which is good because it's a good energy to work with. But the whole actually not being able to move at all is just making it, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but we just have to watch. I mean,
is this something you've done before? Put yourself in the kind of experience of people who may have suffered in the past, as well as just being in the places where they may have passed over, actually doing something to resemble their physical experiences?
No, this is the first. This could be a first for me as well. So, like I say, I'm really excited to just try and get in there and try and work out what actually was going through these people's minds, you know, and just the thought of being, you know, down a well and can't see, I mean, and with Carl Beatty obviously as well.
Kieran, is this something that interests you as a scientist? Is this something that's kind of an unusual experiment?
It's unusual, but there is a precursor for it in parapsychology research. There's telepathy experiments where they place the participants in a completely sensory deprived chamber. They shut off vision, sound, everything they can. And in a way, we're doing that. We're doing a parapsychology experiment. We're shutting off any sensory input, like you said, but we're doing it in a really different location. It's not in a boring lab in a university. It's in a haunted location. I think it's going to be brilliant.
Now, you're going to be with me here for the next couple of nights, but on Monday night, I think you are going out to the location.
Definitely. I want to be there as an eyewitness and just see what's going to happen and hear what they're going to report.
Okay, now I mentioned time slip, and it's something I'm not completely familiar with, where people can kind of think themselves back into the past. Is that somehow different to mediumistic abilities?
Yes, I think it is, because people that report time slips aren't necessarily professing to be mediums. It can just be anybody off the street, a member of the public, and they could just be walking through a field where there was once a battle occurring, and suddenly they witness the battle scene in front of them. And so because of that, you're dealing with a situation where people aren't opening themselves up necessarily. It's just there, and they slip into the time period that, you know, is associated with that place.
Okay, Yvette and the team, I'm now being told, are on site. The vigil will be about to start very soon, but you can get involved in tonight's programme and give us your views on Monday experiments and a whole lot more, courtesy of Julian Clegg and his fantastic interactive team. Julian, what's occurring so far?
Well, thanks, Paul. Already the webcam's very, very busy, lots of sightings as well. Let's just go through these. You can look at the webcams at livingtv.co.uk. Now, webcam 1 is in the entrance hall, and Nick and Salford spotted a mist halfway up the stairs shortly after the crew walked down them. Lots of people have said they've seen something moving around at the top of the stairs, including Vicky and Luke in Germany. Good evening to you. Tyler in Harrogate and Joanne in Clapton. And Matthew and Darby have seen figures streaming down the stairs and heard muted screams as if they were running from a fire on that webcam. Webcam 2, Brian in Belfast thinks he can see the string on the second balloon on the left moving, so keep those messages coming on the balloons. Webcam 3, a flurry of orb activity in the cellar with Rob from Hartlepool reporting a small white orb flying across the screen. And webcam 4, lots of people seeing a child on the stairs in the tower, including Keith and Preston, Shelley and Jarrow, and Mike and Caroline, all seen that. So keep all those messages coming. More from Interactive a little bit later on. Paul, back to you.
Assembled at tonight's location for the vigil. It's called Park Howard. It's in a district of Llanelli called Fallinfold. They're there now. Before we go over to them live, here is why we have chosen this location, and here's some of what they might expect to encounter tonight.
One of Llanelli's most interesting buildings, Park Howard, is said to be built on an ancient Celtic burial place, giving rise to many ghostly tales. The stately mansion and surrounding park were gifted to the town in the early 1900s, and it currently houses a museum which celebrates the town's illustrious past, with a renowned exhibition of Llanelli pottery, art collection and other local treasures. During the First World War, it served as a hospital, and many of its reported sightings are connected with this period. A nurse is said to materialise at the windows. A uniformed soldier is alleged to roam within the rooms, and a greyish-white lady has been witnessed in and around the building. It is also claimed that a phantom coach has been seen passing the house. Will any of these spirits from the past make themselves known tonight as we try to uncover the truth of Llanelli's spectral past?
History and mystery, and Yvette and the team are in the midst of it right now. Let's go over to some live. Yvette, how are you getting on?
Thanks, Paul. Well, here we are. We're just going to walk straight into Park Howard and shut the door behind us. All the crew are already in here. Now, I've not been in this location at all, neither of you. First impressions, we're going to walk straight into the hall. It's a big hall. Chandeliers above us, nice big sort of oak staircase. Does anything spring to mind straight away, David?
Yeah, there is. I mean, the first thing I come in here, what I'm looking for is, you know, that kind of sensation that you get to see this activity. I have got that, thankfully, and I think there's two images that are coming to my mind straight away, both on the staircase, moving around. One is a female and one is a little girl.
Right.
So I have a female who seems very elegantly dressed, possibly it's maybe sort of late 1800s, and a white gown, and a little girl, but I can hear and I can't figure out what she's singing. There's a song as well. You know, sometimes they communicate with her.
Normally you get Ring of Roses to sort of say it's a Victorian child.
Yeah.
So you're not getting that?
No, I'm not. I can't make out what the song is. But maybe as we walk around, I'd like to walk around and see what it is.
Absolutely.
And she's not. The little girl's not. She seems quite happy. She's not distressed.
And they're both. Do you think they're both here all the time, or are they just sort of coming in coming in and out now and again?
I think the woman's certainly here all the time. Ooh, how dark is this?
What the heck? Sorry, I'm just going to put my torch on for a second because I can't work out what it is. Right, okay. Big old. Right, okay. Like what would have been a entertaining room.
Yeah, that's exactly. I think you're exactly right because I can hear a piano playing now.
Oh, you can.
So yeah, it was just before you said it. Yeah. I can feel that in this space, and I can see this. What?
Did you not hear that?
What did you hear?
I know you said piano. I know you did, but I could have sworn either a humming or a.
Exactly, and it seemed to come from sort of this area.
Yeah. Did anybody else hear that?
I definitely heard it.
You heard it?
I heard that. Yeah. I thought someone shouting that.
Because over here.
Actually, it's stronger here. There is getting real heckles here, real activity here. Oh, I'm getting a real mixture of stuff. It's one of these layered things, and it's not just about this house. I'm getting a really. Get out! Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Just get out from a male, and he seems to be in military uniform. There seems to be an injury. I think it might be arm. Actually, seems to be quite a lot of him missing, to be honest, and being brutally frank. But he's.
Was that you?
No.
There's something moving. What did
Something moved, yeah.
There's metal pipe here.
It's not warm.
It wasn't that. It was like that behind you. You see, what I'm expecting straight away is knockings and rappings, which is what we're getting a lot on the series that we've just shot. Did you hear?
Was that?
Okay.
Someone out there.
Is that someone out there? Okay. So this, how does everybody else feel here? Carl, how are you feeling?
It's funny because I actually went up to John earlier because I was pacing up and down just before we came on air, and John actually stopped me and said, "You look really nervous. Why? And I just said, I don't like this place, and I don't like it, and I have no reason why. I just don't like it. It's like I'm not wanted. I know it's stupid, and I don't want to put things in people's minds, but it's like I'm not wanted here."
John Gilbert?
My heart's racing. I feel really nervous. I don't want to say not wanted because it's what you just said, but it is how I feel. I feel like we shouldn't be here. Yeah.
Did somebody just knock then as well? And again.
Oh, there again.
And again. And again.
Oh, it's over there, over here.
Can you hear it? It's happening again. It's really light, isn't it? There it is. Where's it coming from? It seems to come from around you guys, behind Stewie.
It was kind of running by the piano.
I thought it was over that part of the room.
Yeah. How do you feel, Stu?
To be honest, first impressions of walking in, it's very, very scary. I'm very nervous. I do have a feeling that something is going to happen tonight, but I don't know what.
Okay. Where's Kath? Here. Very lovely. How do you feel?
Just nervous. Feel strange, that horrible feeling in your stomach. It's dark in here as well.
Richard?
I have quite an apprehension of this place, but there's something I know about it. And something that happened to me many, many years ago, and it's a similar sort of building. I'm not at all happy, really not.
So,
An intense start, rappings, knockings, feelings of hostility, scary vibes, and the feeling they are not wanted in that house. This can only be Most Haunted Live. More after this break.
Yeah, it's very, very scary.
You know, and I don't like this place, and I don't like it, and I have no reason why.
Feel strange, a horrible feeling in your stomach.
I'm getting a really... Get out! Sorry.
Welcome back to the first night of Most Haunted Live from Llanelli, right here in the southwestern corner of Wales. We've already had an amazing start to our experiment. We're at a place called Park Howard, which dates back at the very least to the Victorian times, with a prehistory that goes back much, much earlier. But now it's time for me to extend the icy hand of invitation and point the fickle finger of frigid fate at a member of the audience who's about to join the team out there on location. Who's it going to be? Let's find out now. And it's you, Andy Gill from Bristol. Give a round of applause. Looking completely gobsmacked. He's going to be taken to the vigil site by Ian Shillito. Good luck to both of you. Look after him. When you get there, though, Andy, you are on your own. He's going to report back later on. So Andy and Ian are heading for the vigil. We're going to get back there right now to see how things are hotting up. Back to Yvette and the team.
Okay, we are still here in the same position that we've done. We've sort of kept in communication, as it were. David has been concentrating. There's definitely something here. There's definitely this man that said get out and scared the living hell out of me.
Yeah.
We're all feeling very nervous. Just say yes all together whether we're feeling nervous or not. We are, aren't we? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, we're feeling very nervous. Where do you want to go now?
I think I'd like to have a look in the cellar, just see what's going on.
Lovely. Okay, let's go into the cellar. All right. Are you all right going backwards, Stuart? Are you sure? Okay. Just let the cable go through first. Basically, on Most Haunted Live, we've got a lot of cable because we only have one camera. So we have some lovely gentlemen who you won't see on camera, but they're sort of with the cable, being able to drag it through from one part of the building to another. Now, where the heck is this? David, are you all right?
Fine.
Yeah? You go first.
Oh!
What's the matter?
You're right. Did you hear something?
What's the matter?
Yes. What did you hear?
What?
It was...
What? What's up? You getting out?
Let me out. Let me out. I'm not going down there first. What did you hear? I heard some... It was... I don't know if it was a voice. I don't know if I'm imagining a voice, but it sounded like it was somebody. It was... Do I have to stay? I don't want to be here.
No, come on. Yeah, come on, we're in it together. Come on.
Yes. I thought it sounded like someone saying out, but a real, like a deep whisper.
No, I heard it clear as daylight, crystal clear.
You recorded it?
Yeah. I recorded it. It was like, oh...
Okay, look, come on then.
David goes down first.
I've just said to come down. No, come on.
Calm down.
Come on, guys. It doesn't work if we split up like that.
Come on, get the cable down there.
Johnny, come on. We're all right.
Go on, John.
Yeah.
Come on, sweetie.
I'm worried about this corner.
Why?
I feel like there's someone waiting around.
Oh, come on, I'll go first. Until I scream.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's working.
We're all right. We're all right. Come on. All right?
Yeah.
How black is that? Oh my God.
Oh God, a dark.
Oh my God, it's absolutely pitch black in here.
Right, John.
How dark is
I just
that?
don't like it. It's me.
Right. It's a cable, it's a cable, it's a cable. Oh wow, look at that. We've got to go in there. Look at
No
this,
way.
Look at this. It's brilliant. Can you see, Stu?
I don't mind your head, Stuart.
Come pull it round.
Should we go and have a look round, yeah?
Yeah, Stuart, do you want to come back, mate?
Yeah.
That's the webcam, right. The webcam is going to make noises, the cable's going to make noises. Right, should we go in there? Should we get more in there? Me going first. You won't get me doing this. You know, it's just like the two of us.
You want to go in there?
steak roast though.
Holy crap. Right, this is just full of cobwebs and stuff, and it's really, really low. Yeah. No, you're right. Let's just go further in. 2 bottles there. Can you see it? 2 bottles there.
Yeah. I can't do that, no.
Right. What do you think, David, as you come in here? I mean, you can't get lower than this, really, can you?
I'm a really bit concerned. I've got, I tell you what I've got hands coming up in the air. Stop. Sorry, I'm sure. I've got hands coming up and... I've got, sorry, I've got bones lying around me, so that I feel as if there's bodies underneath here.
Okay.
And this is what do you know, I'm not big on vortexes.
I know you don't believe it.
No, I just think anywhere can be, but there's an energy here that's dark. And it's not satanic ritual, it's...
Jesus! I heard that!
What was that?
Yeah.
Kat, what happened?
I heard a noise behind me.
Gee whiz. You alright, Kat?
Yeah.
Who's making the banging noises at the back there?
Anybody there?
There's nobody there.
Hang on.
You alright?
Yeah. So we alright?
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Just everybody listen quiet for a second, because there's banging. It's gone now. So this is dark.
Do you know, it's sometimes, I think it's sacred. There's sacred space here, and you know, obviously we're in the land of Celts, and it's that kind of sacred space.
Right.
You know, it's like sorry. It's like protected space.
But you're saying
that's why
dark.
they don't want us here. Yeah.
Who's they don't want us here?
I don't know. It's like this. There's a collective. It's a different energy from what's upstairs. I don't want that one.
Are you alright? What's up? What's up?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry. You're right. Hang on, sorry.
You alright, David?
Yeah, I'm okay. What happened? I just didn't want...
Wells just grabbed the camera.
Well, things seem to be getting very intense out there at the vigil. We're in Park Howard in Llanelli. David is obviously experiencing very mixed feelings. Part of the time he's getting the sense of something sacred, bones beneath him, not bones that have suffered, nothing to do with satanic rituals, and then suddenly he seems to leap into some kind of action, doesn't want the light on him. John said he heard somebody say out, and Carl is getting decidedly freaked out down there at Park Howard. We're going back to that vigil and hearing from our experts after this.
There's a collective. It's a different energy from what's upstairs. I don't want that one.
Welcome back to the first night of Midsummer Most Haunted Live. We are broadcasting from Llanelli on the southwest of the Welsh coast, and we've seen some extraordinary things already, things that maybe Kieran O'Keefe might have a view about. Kieran, as a parapsychologist, are you surprised things have kicked off this quickly?
I am surprised. Normally with the team and the way the shoots go, it normally takes a bit of time, like Dave would say, for the energy to build up. So yeah, I'm surprised a lot has happened already, but I don't think we're seeing anything necessarily paranormal yet. There are alternative explanations, even for the sounds that are heard, even for some of the feelings that they're having, you know, this feeling of not wanting to be there, or at least...
Except I was talking to a couple of people in the audience in the break, and one or two of them said they thought they heard very clearly the word that John heard spoken, which was out.
Yeah.
They thought they could hear that. Now, nobody in the investigating team would have said that. Where the hell would that have come from?
Nobody in the investigative team would have said that, but we're dealing with a sound that was caught by John on the sound equipment. We can check back.
And by audience members. If you heard that, just make a noise.
Yeah.
If you heard that in the audience. Yes, people heard that.
So they heard it, so we've got it on tape, we can listen back to it. The difficulty is John has already said it was the sound out. So already we've got some sort of suggestion. It might have resemble that sound, but it might have been a cable dragging, it might have been somebody just shuffling their feet, and it gave that impression. He's now said it was the word out, and now immediately everybody's thinking that's the word that they heard.
Okay, but it is on tape, which is important. Also, we have on record some of the history of Park Howard, and the woman checking and researching that for us is our historian, Leslie Smith. Leslie, a lot of food for thought so far. We've heard all kinds of disparate things sensed and information. What have you been able to kind of tabulate for us?
We definitely got some hits, absolutely spot on. But to begin with, let's deal with the first moments. The lady that was seen in the hallway. We have evidence that people have seen a grey lady there. Lots of places have grey ladies. But also we've got Lady Howard, who would be very elegant, who in 1912 owned the hall, but didn't actually live there, but gifted it to the area. When we get onto the child, we need more information. I think we're going to find her somewhere. We do know that a young maid threw herself down the stairs, probably pregnant. Well, do we? Well, that's local tradition. However, here comes a good hard fact. The military man with the sore arm who said, "Get out!" The place was definitely used as a military hospital in 1915.
So First World War survivors
Absolutely,
would have been billeted there?
Absolutely, and in fact the place was recognised as serving the nation very well in supporting people who've been wounded. When we get into the cellars, things get very much more odd.
This is where David talked about there being lots of bones beneath him, but nothing to do with satanic rituals, and almost a kind of sacred place, he said.
Well, it looks like we're getting an absolutely marvellous hit there too. He says it's also a different atmosphere. It would be, because he's in a different time zone. Before it was called Park Howard, which is very recently in 1912, as I just mentioned, going back it was called Bryn Carw, which means the Hill of Forts. That's why I said it was an ancient fort. And it's also traditionally the place of an ancient burial ground, and that would be a very sacred place.
Okay, that's a great hit. We've got to get back there now because things are developing at the vigil. We are now returning live to Park Howard in Llanelli. Brace yourselves. Yvette.
Paul, I have to say, we're still down here in the cellar and a lot of us are feeling claustrophobic. It's not a nice feeling at all. The atmosphere, it's very damp, you can feel the dust. Now, just to explain exactly, David, what happened, because you actually grabbed that camera and you said, no, I don't want that. Yeah. What was going on?
Well, I'm making links with more than one down here, and I do feel very strong that this is a protected sacred space. Mm-hmm. And just for a second there, I just felt really, like it was an intrusion into the space. I wanted it away. I wasn't possessed or anything like that. I felt their energy, and I wanted to
grab it.
Yeah, to grab it.
Okay.
To grab it.
We've also heard, myself and John have heard another out. Mm-hmm. I heard it very clearly. And it came from the direction where Carl's sitting now. Now, when there's on a break, I certainly do. You were trying to draw something in the. What were you doing?
I was trying to draw a pentagram. Now, it's something I draw all the time. I draw with my finger in the air as part of a protection, and I couldn't draw it. I can't draw it, and it's just stupid. It's something I draw all the time.
And what's a pentagram for?
The pentagram's for protection, but it's also for invocation. It depends where you start the point of the pentagram when you work. Okay. But it can also, and here's my deal here. I don't like using dramatic words like this, but the word is cursed. So the ground is cursed as a protective curse. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay.
It's an ancient protective curse, and that's why.
So we're sitting on basically
a burial site.
A burial site. Yeah. Okay. Now's the time I think we should call out, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to call out, David, or would you like me to call out?
If you call out, because I've got a connection, I just want to try and work with that bit and see where it goes.
If there's anybody here, any spirit people, any astral beings, anybody that wants us to get out, please can you make your presence known to us? Can you make a noise? Can you throw something? Touch one of us gently. Please, we don't mean you any harm. If you can just try and communicate with us in any way you know you can. Give us some sort of sign. Let us know who you are. Can you make a noise near us? Please, knock, bang, throw something, or touch one of us. Please, I call upon any spirit people that may have been buried here, died here in this house. Please come and talk to us.
Did you hear that?
Oh, what did you hear?
almost like a plea, like
that. Really? That was my torch. Anything, David? What are you getting?
I kind of feel, I feel like there's an energy surrounding us, and it's more than one. I'm not sure if it's I'm finding it really hard to connect because I can't get a link on the consciousness of it. Right.
I just heard movement behind you.
It's almost like there's a circle of them around us.
Right. A circle of them? How many?
There's a good 10 of them.
Really?
But I don't know whether this is an image from the past. So I can't get a link on an energy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Come on, if there's somebody here, please talk to us.
What's that?
There you are. Mm-hmm. Did you hear that? And again. It's banging. Come on.
It's like that.
Oh, was that you?
Well, that was me, but
yeah, it was before
like
that.
It was like that, and it's coming from here, but it wasn't me. Something over there.
Okay. Why don't we leave a couple of people in here and we go back into the main bit of the cellar? What do you reckon, Carl?
Yeah,
I'll
stay in here for a bit if you like.
What was that?
I heard that.
It was like a cry.
It was like a cry.
Okay. We'll go into the main bit of the cellar, Stu.
Carl?
Carl?
If you like, Carl?
Carl and Richard, you stay in here, yeah? Okay. And we'll call out over there. So we need to get to the bottom of who these 10 spirits are. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cramped, isn't it?
It's very small.
Yeah.
What was that?
That was just somebody knocking. You're right, going backwards, Stu.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see this at home and in the studio, but it's just ridiculous, really.
What's that?
Oh, God. What we want is some activity.
What's that? Oh.
And whoever it is doesn't want us here. Okay.
You alright, John?
Yeah.
Are you hearing noises out here, Sally?
Really creepy. I keep wanting to run out.
No.
Do you?
It's so dark and it's just
Okay.
really weird.
Torches off then. Everybody torches off. You alright, John? You okay? You alright? You've gone very quiet.
Oh, Jesus.
What's up?
I thought it was covered in cobwebs.
Covered in cobwebs. Okay, we're going to call out here, Carl.
Hang on.
What's
Relax,
up?
I've got- That's okay. It's probably just been in there. It's just my legs are a bit.
You alright?
Yeah.
Is there anybody here? Please, are there any spirit people here that wish to communicate with us or talk to us? Please make your presence known to us now. Everybody stand still. Stand still. Can you knock on the floor?
That is good.
On the ceiling? Please give us some sort of sign, let us know that you're around. Can you talk to us? Oh, it's just like there's a drain right down there. Really, it's quite grim, isn't it?
Yeah, went down there.
Yeah. You call out now, David. You seem to get the response.
Oh, Jesus.
What's the matter?
Cobwebs everywhere. There's
No,
a
they're
loads of
not.
that.
There's
You must be
nothing.
joking. I'm covered in them.
No, there's nothing here.
Come on. I'm
Oh,
absolutely
you can see them. Oh, no, I can't see them.
Alright.
Apparently they are.
If there's any spirit people here, anyone who wants to communicate with us,
No.
Honestly, from up there.
fucking hell!
What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter?
What's happened? You alright?
I don't know. Did you hear it over there?
Yeah.
I heard that. Was that a rock
heard
or
something.
something?
Well, I don't know what it was. Something dropped on me like dust. I saw it on my arms, and then all of a sudden it was as if someone was over there.
We've been actually being quite disrespectful a little bit to...
I don't know.
Let's carry on and see what goes on.
Okay, we'll carry on.
But I mean, there's nobody upstairs, is there, to make it talk?
No.
There's nothing to fall on.
We checked. There's no crew people or anybody above you whatsoever. David, do you want to call out?
Yeah.
David's going to call out now, guys.
if there are any astral beings here, any spirits, anyone from the past who needs help or wants to be known, please make a sound. Please, we're not here to disrespect particularly any pagan ways. Far from it, we want to understand you. Please make a sound.
What?
Just moving around, shifting around there.
Who they are?
Yeah, there's a few of them. They kind of.
I heard that.
No, I don't know that was me because I'm doing it. It's as if it's...
You know, they're very basic. They're infos and things. Obviously there's been something in this site for thousands of years. Nothing. It's not attached to the house. This down here is not attached to the house.
But they obviously don't seem to want to communicate with us yet.
If you want us to leave, then let us know. If you want us to stay, let us know.
Fucking hell.
What's happened now?
Keeps happening. That's under my eyes.
What's up?
There's bits, dust, as it's dropping from the ceiling, but it's not. And it's the third time it's happened to me.
It caught me in the eye then.
It's as if someone's sprinkling dust.
But it's coming from the top of us.
It's from the top of us here, but the ceiling up here.
Yvette and the investigating team are completely immersed in that experiment out there at Park Howard. We know you are too, and we know you want to have your say. Julian Clegg has got the latest from you guys at home. Julian.
Thanks very much indeed, Paul. First of all, let me just remind you about our competition tonight, because you can win yourself a really great 32-inch LCD TV. Now, if you'd like to win that, plus a 5-speaker surround system as well, I'll tell you how you can win it. By the way, there'll be 10 runners-up as well, walking off with the new Most Haunted Top 50 Moments on DVD. Here's the question: where was the last Most Haunted Live held? Was it A, Portsmouth, B, Dublin, or C, London? Now, if you think you know the answer to that question, enter by dialing our brand new number 0900 021 0000, or if you're a digital satellite viewer, press your red button on your remote control right now. The entries cost £1. We're going to close the lines at midnight. We'll announce the winner on your say a little bit later on, so good luck with that. Now, our new message boards are really buzzing tonight, and you can get involved on these by going to by texting us haunted, and then basically the number 88600, and then you go to our different chat rooms, and basically you've probably seen going on the bottom of the screen as well. You can talk to me on Talk to Julian, which is chat room 1. Chat rooms 2, 3, 4 and 5 are the webcams. Chat room 6 is the vigil, and chat room 7 is what we're calling off topic, anything else you want to talk about on the programme. So remember the number 88600 to register 5p per minute to get involved in that. Now, don't forget psychic art. We love this, your drawings, your premonitions, your ideas of some of the spirits and paranormal phenomena that the team might encounter tonight. The way it works, you take a piece of paper, a pen, and I'm told if you let your hand involuntarily move over the paper, you may be able to draw something if you feel something watching the show tonight. Now, the fax number, all importantly, is 01554 755 380. Get your psychic art in, and we'll show some of those pictures later on in the show. Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. Okay, I don't know about you, but I need a break. In fact, I'm lying. I really need a stiff drink, but I'm going to have to settle for a break. More from Most Haunted Live after this. Welcome back to an extraordinary start to a weekend of Most Haunted Live. We've seen some amazing things, I think, tonight. I know you want to check the tape. I know you're going to apply your meters and your readings and stuff to it, but this has been a very dramatic start, Kieran.
It has, and also we've got the 2 vigils, and we've got David calling out, but in the other area, it seems as though Carl and Richard are experiencing stuff too. There was maybe some sounds that they heard, but also dust falling from above. So I'd like them to keep checking, somebody on the crew, to make sure there's nobody walking above them. Yeah. Because that could be an explanation for this dust falling down.
And of course, one of the webcams has got an unusual experiment. We've got some helium balloons in what should be effectively a sealed room. Don't smirk at me when I describe an experiment. We're trying to do this in the interest of science. What do you think we might get from that, and how valid is that in your opinion as an experiment?
It's an intriguing experiment because balloons, I mean, they could be easily moved by any slight draft. It would only take a slight draft, a vibration from outside to make them move. So for me as a parapsychologist, I have to step back a bit and go, I wouldn't necessarily put my name to it. But the nice thing is that because it's on the webcam, because of the size of the balloons, we can get people reporting if there is any motion. So I'm excited about that bit.
We're here in the comfort of the studio, the best place for us. The team are out there at the cutting edge, at the coalface. They're in Park Howard. They're in the midst of the vigil. Let's go right back there now to Yvette and the team. Yvette.
Come back, Joe.
Hi there. Paul, we've basically come back into the main part of the house, coming up the staircase. We've left the cellar, completely different atmosphere up here. We've actually got our audience member, Ian Shillito, Richard Felix, Kath and Ian Cash down in the cellar, and they're standing in front of the webcam. Hopefully something will happen down there. I've got walkie-talkies, so they'll let me know if anything does happen. So a different time period up here, completely different atmosphere, David.
Absolutely different. It's a lot more gentle at the moment.
Do you want to go now?
Yeah, let's go in here.
Oh God, I can't see you.
Dark.
Where are you?
I'm here.
You there? I can see you.
It's pitch black, isn't it?
I know. Now, when we first came in, you picked up on this woman.
Yeah.
You also said that there was a child with her, a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Can you try and give us some more information about these two people, particularly the little girl?
Right. The little girl. She's very playful. The little girl. She's very. She's mischievous in a way, and I think she might, as kiddies do, pull at that level. Yeah. But this song she's singing, and I can't get through. I can't break through.
What is it?
Well, it's not usual Ring a Ring of Roses for the Victorian prompt. It's much more melodic. It's almost as if she's, you know, when kids used to entertain, they would sing a song, and I can't get what it is. It's almost operatic. Do you know what I mean? It's almost operatic.
How old would you say this child was?
She's probably about 6.
Okay.
She's probably about 6 years old.
A name with her?
There's no name with her at the moment. There is one name that I'm getting, and it's Marielle.
Marielle.
Yeah, Marielle.
And it
But I'm not
attached
sure
to
if
who?
it's
The
attached
woman
to
or
I think it might be attached to the woman.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
But the little girl she's really happy. She doesn't seem, I'm trying to get how she died or what happened to her. But she's just like, she's just dancing around. She's quite happy, moving about.
Yeah.
And just, really enjoying herself. She doesn't seem, in your head, what you try and do is you try, unfortunately, to move them on to see what happened, because you have to do that. But I can't get her to move on. She's not.
And what relationship is she to the woman?
The immediate thing I'm thinking is mother-daughter. There's a mother-daughter relationship. Do you know all of a sudden?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Where?
It's
Over here.
The floor is actually vibrating.
Oh God!
It's like that.
Stand still. Oh.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Can you get your boom on that, John?
Shall we ask?
What's here?
It was 3 then, wasn't it? Ask out.
That was really loud. Okay. If there's any astros here, there's an astral of a little child. Could you, if that's you tapping, could you tap twice for us?
Yeah.
2. That 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2, John.
Okay. Ask her how old she is.
Can you tap out, if you know how to count, how old you are in years? So,
What was that?
8, I think. Was it about 8? I got 7. 7 years.
I couldn't. It seemed like there was muffled.
Really light.
Yeah, it was very light. She's under, she's child.
Ask her how many are there other spirits here with us that she can see now.
So how many astral, how many spirit, how many other people do you see in the house? 3, 4, 5. 10. 10.
10. 11.
11.
Is she counting us as well?
It seems
Did
like
you see us?
No, she's not. She's definitely not. But
Can you ask her? Knock out. Can she touch one? Can she touch one?
can you touch one of us, please?
This vibrated then.
Really? What is it?
Must be a window, isn't it? I can't see what it is. It's a window. Here's the window.
Just need to stand still. I want to stand. Oh, there he is again. Where's he gone?
Wow. First time I've heard that.
It sounds like someone bouncing a ball. He gave his job.
It is, that's what it sounds like. Right, like a ball gone.
Let's stand still and listen. See if John can get it clearly.
Christ, like it's all around you.
Stand still. I don't know if they're getting that.
It's mad, isn't it?
Keep still, everyone. Just
That was almost like right on the mic, you know, counting.
go on, ask her.
If you can hear us, see this thing here? Look what I'm doing. Just touch that gently. Can you tap on that for me?
It's too big, man.
It's too bad. There's a tap right on it.
There was? You're kidding?
Yes.
Ask again. Say tap twice on it.
Can you tap twice? Thank you for doing that. Can you tap twice for us?
No.
No. Okay.
So she's saying there are 10. She knocked out 10 sparrows.
Let's count the ones downstairs because they're.
Oh, there it is again.
There it is again. It's just not stopping. It's following us.
Can you do something else for us?
That's ridiculous. It's so clear.
Remember, you're watching Most Haunted Live. Our audience member, our audience volunteer, Andy Gill from Bristol, is out there on the location at Park Howard, along with David Wells, of course, and Ian Shilliter, our other medium. And we're getting your help and input as well via the interactive team led by Julian Clegg. Julian, lots of psychic art coming up.
Yeah, we've got psychic art coming in. Interesting, this little girl being talked about. And is this the little girl on the stairs? Marion in Luton thinks it is. Marion, thank you very much indeed for that. Also some other ones here just to mention. The woman who said out. She's a nurse apparently, says Karen in Wakefield. And this one's come through. I feel this presence will make itself known to David Wells tonight. Pretty scary, that one, isn't it? Now, the message boards, this is really working well tonight. Thank you for all your messages coming in on our new chat rooms. The way it works, you can use your mobile phone and look on the chat as you watch the television at the same time. Great idea. Thanks to everyone who's posted messages. Lots of people, including Dolphin, Flossie and Sean, are hoping for tonight's show spooky things. Well, obviously we're having that already, you can say that. Lots of information and things like how do you get hold of t-shirts, details on the website, livingtv.co.uk. And then the webcams, let's look at the message boards on those. Webcam 1 message board here. Judy wants to know who is the child that's sitting around on webcam 1. Tashi has also reported seeing a child but says it's moving around a bit more and playing around the banister. Webcam 2, that's the one with the balloons, and there it is. Quite a few people are seeing things move on that and telling us that they're seeing strange presences amongst the balloons. Kitty senses an old woman with a dog, whilst Jackie and Sarah both can see the shadow of what looks like a dog and some kind of small animal. So there's a theme there going on with the dog. Webcam 3 in the cellar on the message board. This is what people are saying. Groucho says there's a child hiding under the window. Alice Chain reckoned it's been a great night for orbs in the cellar, and she's seen 3 different orbs moving around in that area. Also, Cosmic Dancer has been feeling a chill in the room since watching the webcam and has seen 2 orbs there as well. Big Jim says she should just close the window. Yeah, right, okay. And that's the great thing, you can respond to what people are saying as we go along. And webcam 4 in the tower, very busy this one. Sideshow, Shabba Dabba and Fluster all agree that there's someone out there. Fluster thinks it might be a woman sitting down, not a child. And Pirate has seen her walking up and down the stairs as well. Keep those coming. It's 88600 to register, 5p a minute to access and get involved on those chat rooms tonight. Brilliant stuff. Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian. So keep your eyes on the webcams, keep involved via the interactive team, and keep watching Most Haunted Live. More updates after this.